Good morning, KASM listeners. This is John Maile, the Stearns Conservation District Administrator. Well, maybe spring has sprung, the snow is gone, and things are kind of looking a little bit green on a few spots here and there. But, anyways, I just want to touch on some of the spring activities. And one of the big activities you see in the spring is prescribed fire, and sometimes, occasionally, a wildfire. I have 25 years of doing prescribed fire across the state. And I just want people to be aware that you might see or will see smoke columns this spring again. And for the most part, those are a good thing. It's important to put grass or to burn grass and different parts of brush, and even in some cases, our oak woodlands, give them a good burn once in a while. It rejuvenates the young understory. It puts nutrients back into the ground. And a lot of these species really need that fire to kind of reset themselves. But I don't want everybody just running around out there starting their old ditches or grass waterways or woodlots on fire. There is a process that you need to do that. And if you don't follow that process, things could go astray and you might get a visit from the local deputy or conservation officer or the Minnesota DNR, of all things, the forestry area. So, if you are thinking about doing a prescribed fire, you'll want to reach out to the fire manager with the Minnesota DNR. If you reside in Stearns County, that is up in Little Falls. You'll call the DNR in Little Falls, ask for the fire manager because you're inquiring about having a prescribed burn on your property. They will ask you for some details and have you submit a permit application. You'll describe how many acres you want to do, what kind of support or accommodations you're going to do. Or maybe you're going to work with a contractor and hopefully you tell them that they are responsible for getting the permits and identifying all the needs and safety precautions that is going to take place during that burn. Also, be aware that this might take a few days to get done. So don't plan on having a burn over the weekend and thinking, I'm going to call the DNR on Thursday. They may be out chasing wildfire or doing their work themselves, and they're going to want to plan. So give yourselves weeks to plan. So if you have a CRP burn that you need to get done, I would get on that now already. If you have some just basic burning that you want to do to rejuvenate a pasture, get on their radar now. Sometimes local fire departments, volunteer fire departments will help people do that too. But again, give them plenty of notice. They sometimes have the ability to get through the permitting process a little quicker, but it all depends. In years when it's a hot, dry spring, the permitting is a lot more challenging than if it's a cool, damp spring. It all depends on the weather. So, like I said, spring is often time for prescribed fire. It's not something to be alarmed of. It's usually a good thing. And make sure if you're planning to implement it, that you give yourself plenty of time to get prepared. Thank you and have a great spring.